Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are out in the Temperate greenhouse, and I would consider us into springtime now. It's about the 10th or 11th of March, and we've survived the winter in this little rickety thing. I have done a few fortifications that I've talked about in past videos. I was mainly worried about the wind in this greenhouse, so I have taped excuse me, I have taped some of the seams, and it seems to have held the seams just nicely. You can see the humidity between the tape and the vinyl now, but in other spots you still can't. It's pretty clear. But yeah, it held up anyways, so we're in here. There's lots of cool little things happening. I was just showing you my Venus flytraps here. They are starting to get some new growth on them. I have slowly picked all the old winter growth off, the old last year's growth, I guess you would say, all the dead traps and stuff like that. They just kind of come off. They're kind of a high maintenance plant in that way. They leave lots of dead traps. The pictures don't last for super long on them, so I'm always picking at them, trying to get them clean. Some of my seedling stars, they're still pretty dormant. You can see some sundews in amongst them though, taking advantage of the light. Temperatures in here now, we're definitely well above freezing. Nighttime lows are about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sometimes. And daytime highs, if the sun is out, can be upwards of 25 degrees in here. So that's not too bad. But it's got a good day-night temperature differential. So there's lots of plants enjoying that. Plus it's a really bright spot. Here's all my palm tree seedlings. This pot has so many in. We're going to have to repot those together. Get them separated out. Moving down to one of my bog pots here. These guys are mainly hybrids, and they did really good this winter. They didn't care if there was light or dark or anything. They kept a lot of their pitchers. They're still growing new pitchers. This is a flava, one of my seed grown flavas that still from last year. I see some flower spikes starting. There's one right here. You can see that behind my fingers. Oh, what else is in here? Lots of little sundew seeds. I've spread a few of those around just to move my sundews here and there. One of my tropical ficus bonsais is in here. I never do much with it. It's got a big thick trunk down there, and I give it a trim once or twice a year. Citicinas are doing quite nicely in here. You can see how deep I keep them. They're definitely a big bog plant, so they don't like it in shallow trays like some of them. Like this guy, that's a Flava Oreophila. He doesn't mind just having a bit of wet feet. And now that they're coming out of dormancy, I leave a bit of water in the tray, but honestly in the wintertime, the trays were pretty much dry. It was just some moist dirt that they were in. This next bog pot here doesn't have as much happening. Some Venus flytraps are starting to do their thing. That one's even got some color in it over there. A little Jonesy eye picture still from last year. I did trim a lot of these guys back here, the purpurea, and you can see some flower spikes starting on there. There's a bud, and there's a bud there starting, so that's nice. Oh, there's another bud. So there's lots of buds coming up. There's another one there. Oh yeah, now that I'm seeing them, they're quite easy to see, and they're everywhere. There's another one. So it's still quite early in the season, I think, for them. Somebody was asking where my big Nobly dendrobiums were. They are out here as well. It's nice and bright out here, and it gets cold nights still and warm days, and they don't do anything. I don't know if I just got some duds or what. I have the worst luck with these things. Just the worst luck. So anyway, it is what it is. They're out here for now. Another bog pot. Again, not much happening in there. It's pretty dormant. Some sundews maybe coming back to life right there. Ferns are definitely coming back to life. I don't know if there's any flower spikes in this purpurea yet. This one is against the house as opposed to against the outside window, so it's actually not as bright. My Copra Lilies are in here, and they're doing quite well. I see a bloom spike coming up there. And is that one there? That's one from last year. Some seedling Copra Lilies. And some Masdevallias are out here. This is a Masdevallia coccinea. I'm trying to give it some cold nights and bright days. And these are all Disa Orchids here. I moved them from inside the other greenhouse, the tropical greenhouse, now that I know there's not going to be any freezing weather. And let's let them do their thing in the cooler weather. It looks like there's some buds starting to form in some of these Disas, so that will be exciting. I see little bulges in the stems, so hopefully, but I can't quite see any actual buds yet on them. So my Dactyrizal, beautiful orchid. This is a temperate orchid. I bought it last year, coming back with 2, so that's good because I started with 1. I've also put my king sundews out here, Drosera Regia, and I was finding they were actually getting they was too dark in the other greenhouse in the spot, and you can see the hibernaculas, they're still like dormant. This one's starting to wake up a little, and that one's getting going now, and that one is getting going. There's some new ones down there, but they're just sort of in hibernacula as well. Some of the Cape sundews I brought out here as well. They're just kind of living out here. I keep them rather dry this time of year. And I'm just going to go down here. This is my Pilones. And so you can see lots and lots of spikes happening. Here's a spike, here's a spike, spike. Once you start seeing them, spike at the tip of my finger in there. Spike, 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 spike. There's lots anyways. So you can see the old bulb from last year. And this tray we actually replanted last year. So I would have planted this shriveled up bulb here. And last summer it grew this bulb. And it actually grew that bulb. And now those 2 bulbs that grew last summer are growing these flowers here. And so that one bulb had 2. Here's a shriveled bulb on that one, and it grew 1 and a tiny little one, another flower spike. But each bulb got at least 1 new bulb, maybe 2. And yeah, so they'll be coming out pretty soon. Down here, I put this screen or the shelf up sideways. My son likes to play in here, and these are my Cypripediums down there, which are very delicate. I don't really want them smashed, so they have a little bit extra protection with this wire grate in front of it. But even the slowest one is starting to come up now. But we have some that are, 3-4 inches tall, and all of them at least came back with 1. Some of the ones that came back with 1 were new purchases last year, and I was hoping for 2, just to double them up, but at least hopefully it'll be 1 bigger growth this year than last year. So anyways, my original ones have like 5 or 6 growths in it. And yeah, so there's lots of cool growing orchids out here right now, and my temperate carnivorous plants, which are just starting to wake up. And yeah, so I think in the next month things are really going to start to happen in here, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure what else I can tell you about this greenhouse. We've had tons and tons of wind this year, and we had a huge windstorm last night, and again we're still standing, so I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, temperate carnivorous plants and orchid update. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching. He's still sleeping. Oh, he's slowly closing. It's cold today. There he goes.